I was originally going to do this on the 1 year anniversary of why bother with tactics at all, but I kept putting it off since I didn't want to rock the boat after we've came so far as a game and a player base. But I can't put it off any longer. Any sort of tactical or logistical play side in this game has been either patched out or so simplified that it's at the point where it's completely negligible. In my previous Planetside video, I asked the question, why should we play tactically or with coordination in Planetside 2? And it seems like I've gotten that answer. We shouldn't. At least not in the way that I feel you've actually coordinated or done something. So let's look at why this revelation came to me. Redeploy side has nigh eliminated the need for logistics. What good is fortifying a position or forcing an opponent to take a long, unforgiving path if we can all instantaneously redeploy to wherever the fight is or where we need to be within 30 seconds? This makes the geography of various areas like the mountains of Amrish or the dense forests of Hassan go from being challenging, unyielding obstacles that a well-disciplined force can turn into some of the greatest assets they have, into pretty scenery that you'll occasionally look at while you're waiting for a galaxy drop to happen. Why would anyone bother with a well-planned feint or set up a surprise attack when you can just literally teleport armies to wherever you need them to be whenever you need them there? Hell, you might as well put in a half-baked espionage system so that we can get rid of the element of surprise, too. Speaking of half-baked things, how about that resource revamp? While I do enjoy the ability to pull whatever I want from my resource pool, I acknowledge that it further strips the strategic value of various territories. When every base gives you the exact same thing, scarcity is almost unheard of. What's the point of taking and holding a position if we've already ruled out logistical benefits and we don't have any resources there to get? And while we're still on the subject of things that never got fully implemented, the mission system that was supposed to help create objectives and player cohesion just serves as a way for new players to get confused and lone wolves to occasionally figure out where the Zerg is probably going to go next. And let's tangent for a second. Sony Online Entertainment, I hope for the sake of players like me who enjoy your games that you've got a really good legal team, because with all this fully implemented soon and the Emperor's new DayZ, that is H1Z1, Valve is gonna sue the pants off you guys for trademark infringement any day now. I know that you guys have a lot of investors who probably have some of their ideas of their own, and you have to answer to them. And I know that the very act of keeping Planetside 2 a functioning game is quite a feat. But look at all the Phase 2s that just never happened and all the ideas that just seem to have fallen off the earth and the roadmap as well. You can't just set something in motion and then fall asleep at the wheel without expecting to get stuck in a ditch somewhere in Riverside. Let's get back on track and try to find something positive, because this is really depressing me. What have we given to squad leaders in tactical play in the last year that'll give us some redemption? Well, now there's a reason to sit around and defend the points, since they're giving you fat stacks of XP to sit there and get shot, which will drive players to find better positions and angles of making sure every area is being looked at, and forces the other side to learn breaching tactics. Spawning from Galaxies and Valkyries now give those vehicles a role beyond move X number of people over from here to there and then ditch it, and creates a new meta objective of keeping your air vehicles in one piece while the ground forces take over the base. Leaders are also now able to move around squaddies much more easily than at the beginning of the game, which allows for better platoon management. Speaking of leaders, who keep the player base together, and who help control the flow of the game's combat, what do we give the leaders to help them feel like their time is worthwhile while they're playing this game? Did they get those binoculars I talked about in the earlier videos, where you can set objectives based on what you see so you don't have to tab out into the map to get killed or use the awkward at best minimap marker setting? Did they get the ability to bar people from rejoining their squads and platoons so that toxic players can't just keep on spamming rejoin until you're forced to lock the squad and cut off your new recruits because Troll can't have his fun times? Did we get a restructuring of leader chat so it can be a semblance of a coordinated, orderly system? No. You want to know what we got? You want to know what SOE thinks will help squad leaders enjoy the game and let them run things better? We got Chivos. Motherfucking Chivos. On top of that, 2 of the 6 things you need to get that sweet Chivo helmet are completely circumstantial at best and exploitative at worst. This is what I get for 2 years of squad leading? A shitty fucking helmet? Jeez, Higgles, buy me a fucking drink before you take me to a Motel 6 and fuck me like that. Let's face it, tactical play has been all but eliminated and replaced by strange pseudo-tactics like the mass redeploy system and things that make farming easier. Big mindless fights are good for experience, so most players won't complain. And they're also great for screenshotting and saying, come join the fight today, we have actual huge battles going on all the time. Personally, I found it really hard to make this video because I feel very uncomfortable making complaints about something that I cannot offer a solution for. But it seems that every possible solution that I have thought of in my head has been made to happen soon, or so to say, until we absolutely have to because people are going to stop putting money into our game. Well, membership has always been described to me as the few people who support this game for everyone, and those few get to reap the benefits of patronage. But lately, it feels like patronage is less of supporting something and more of a cross I have to carry for a pointless martyrdom. I love this game. I have put so much time and effort and made so many friends off this game. But it feels like my love for this game keeps on getting shit on because of one reason or another. Hell, why should I even bother to make more leadership tactics videos, thus creating more community content, when it seems like every other update further invalidates tactics and leaderships? Unless you knock membership down to something like $4 a month next year, don't expect me to put any more money into this game. Tactics in Planetside 2 are dead. Long live Tactics in Planetside 2.